The only accomplishment AOC has is that she's the only person in the Democratic Party that is relatively attractive, and yet she just had the balls to say that Elon Musk, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist like Iron Man, the real life Iron Man, is not intelligent. She said Elon Musk is not intelligent. We're gonna play this video for you. We're also gonna show you Matt Walsh completely dog walking her and making her look as stupid as she is in like a collage of videos, and he's gonna comment on them. It's hilarious. But before we get into that, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to Resist the Mainstream, because it ensures to YouTube that you're enjoying our videos, and in that way they'll continually show up in your feed and they'll push it out to more people. I'm Titus. Let's get into this video.
This dude is probably one of the most unintelligent billionaires I have ever met or seen or witnessed. Which, you know, you can probably even glean that from watching these people on TV. Anyways, all of that is to say is that they don't do their homework. Clearly, like, they're putting 19-year-olds in at the Treasury. This dude is not smart. And the danger in the lack of intelligence and the lack of expertise that Elon has. I mean, this guy is one of the most morally vacant, but also just least knowledgeable about these systems that we really know of. But the point is that what that means is that they're going to hit a button inevitably. They are going to hit a button and things can go sideways.
Elon Musk is one of the least intelligent people, one of the least intelligent billionaires. First of all, that doesn't make sense. No billionaire is unintelligent. No billionaire. They could be evil, they could be corrupt. If you're smart enough to be that rich and get away with it, if you're doing corrupt things, you're still smart. Unintelligent, really? And then let's talk about how, this is like the second time I've seen this, the second video this week that I've seen a video talking about someone doing something wrong, or someone not being smart, or someone doing something unconstitutional with no evidence to back it up. You just said he's not smart and then didn't give any reason. He doesn't understand the systems. He doesn't know the systems. He just is not intelligent. And it's like, okay, so got it. No evidence to your claim. You're just stating things. I literally, I'm over it. I can't stand this wokeism. It's like, you're a laughing stock, AOC. And we're about to laugh some more because Matt Walsh is about to say the funniest stuff. You guys need to check this out. It's so funny.
Now, at first glance, a clip like that is obviously pretty convincing. AOC comes across as extremely articulate throughout the whole thing, and as she's particularly articulate when she says that Elon Musk is the most unintelligent billionaire she's ever, quote, seen or witnessed. And you might think that that's a redundant phrase. You might think that seeing and witnessing are synonyms. So you don't need to say, the dumbest one I've seen or witnessed. It means the same thing. But then again, you're not AOC. You don't understand how words work. Not the way she does anyway. And strangely though, when I looked at the comments of AOC's video, it seems like most people don't agree with my assessment. Here's one response, for example, quote, she's just mad that Elon won't date her and it drives her insane. And there's this one, which keeps it simple, writes, quote, she is dumb as F. Then scrolling down a little bit, I came across this one, quote, a complete dumbass is running circles around us is not really the own she thinks it is. Now, at this point, I have to admit, I stopped reading the comments. All these people are clearly in denial about AOC's intellectual ability to the point that it's turned them into cruel, misogynistic internet bullies. So I wanted to set the record straight by highlighting some of AOC's best moments, the most shining examples of her intellectual prowess over the years. Before you ever think of criticizing AOC again or suggesting that she's not as intelligent as the guy who catches rockets in midair, you need to watch the footage I'm about to show you. Elon Musk, you know, he's running multiple multi-billion-dollar companies. He's the most financially successful human in history. And while working to reform the U.S. government, he's also developing interplanetary spacecraft, which is to say, he cannot possibly compete with the formidable intellect of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. So here, for example, is AOC demonstrating that unlike Elon Musk, she does her homework. She comes prepared with a high IQ and a lot of facts about whatever issue she's talking about. Watch.
But I am, of course, the dynamic there in terms of geopolitics and the war in the Middle East is very different than people expressing their First Amendment right to protest.
Well, yes, but I also think that what people are starting to see, at least in the occupation of Palestine, is just an increasing crisis of humanitarian condition. And that to me is just where I tend to come from on this issue.
You use the term the occupation of Palestine. What did you mean by that?
I think what I meant is like the settlements that are increasing in some of these areas and places where Palestinians are experiencing difficulty in access to their housing and homes.
Do you think you can expand on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd also I am not the expert on geopolitics on this.
You know, she's being modest at the end there, like all geniuses are, but really, watching that clip, it's effortless. She clearly knows everything there is to know about the Middle East, and I don't even think she was reading from a cue card or a notebook or anything. And that came straight from upstairs. An occupation is when...
So embarrassing. She holds public office. She holds public office, man. Like, me and you being in that chair and not answering those questions, guys, that's fine, right? It's like, it's whatever. Like, you can inform yourself on this stuff or not. It's probably best to be informed. But like, she's out here acting like she knows what she's talking about. And then she quickly had to like recant. Man, Matt Walsh is undefeated when it comes to trolling, but AOC is a clown, man. This is just further proof of that fact. My goodness. I had to pause though, because I wasn't going to be able to get through that without laughing. So let's get back into this.
I think what I mean is like the settlements that are increasing. I mean, in places where people are experiencing difficulty. Did you get that? Rewind the video if not. I mean, you're in the presence of greatness here. This woman is an intellectual titan. What about this gem in which AOC highlights her background in economics? She could teach a class at Harvard Business School tomorrow if she wanted to. Watch this.
We look at these figures and we say, oh, unemployment is low, everything is fine, right? Well, unemployment is low because everyone has 2 jobs.
Well, did you get that? The unemployment rate is low because everyone has 2 jobs. Makes perfect sense. You know, when you have 2 jobs, you basically count as 2 people with jobs. That's why the unemployment rate is currently negative 100%. Now, after this interview came out, some racist and misogynistic economics professors came out and disagree with her. One in particular came out with this statement: whether someone has multiple jobs doesn't enter into the construction of the unemployment rate. The unemployment rate is calculated from a survey of individuals where each individual is classified as having a job, without a job, and on temporary layoff, or actively searching for work, or out of labor force, close quote. So that's just pure bigotry, obviously. AOC knows what she's talking about. Put aside the fact that the number of people who have 2 jobs is less than 5% and dropping year over year. AOC knows what she's talking about when it comes to economics. In fact, she also knows what she's talking about when it comes to the law. She's like a Renaissance woman. Whatever specialty you're talking about, she understands it like the back of her hand. Watch.
Is it your testimony today that you personally witnessed President Joe Biden commit a crime?
I believe the fact that he was sitting with me while I was putting together a business
Did you
deal,
witness the president commit a crime? Is it your testimony today?
Yes.
And what crime have you witnessed?
How much time do I have to go through it?
It is simple. You name the crime. Did you watch him steal something?
Corruption statutes, RICO and conspiracy.
What is the crime, sir?
You
specifically.
You asked me to answer the question. I answered the question.
No.
RICO, you're obviously not familiar with. Corruption statutes.
Excuse me, sir. RICO is not a crime. It is a category.
It's a category of crimes that you're then charged.
You have charges.
A long 100.
You have charges. Sir, please
name the
name
exact statute under RICO.
Yes.
Oh, well, it's funny. In this committee room, everyone's not here. There's over 8
All right, sir. I reclaim my
lawyers
time.
that went to law school.
Well, you heard it there. RICO is not a crime. Maybe she thought he was referring to like a guy from Latin America named RICO. I don't know. RICO was enacted by the Organized Crime Control Act, and yes, it includes criminal penalties for racketeering activity. But no, it's not a crime to violate RICO, according to AOC. All those RICO prosecutions of the mafia, of Bernie Madoff's associates, of Donald Trump and his aides in Georgia, all those are figments of your imagination. If you watch the news at any point in the last century, you might think all those RICO prosecutions happened, but that's because you don't understand the law like AOC does. Neither does Tom Homan, the new border czar. Watch as AOC educates Tom Homan on a little thing called asylum law.
Before we get into that, I can't believe that whole situation. Like, when this is what they do all the time in these hearings. The AOC asked him a question. He's out here trying to explain. He's like, and he even asked, am I going to be able to answer this question or not? So, what is the crime? What is the crime? He goes, okay, let me start getting into it. As he's trying to explain what it is that Joe Biden did that was criminal, she kept on interrupting him. She kept on like stopping him, prohibiting him from being able to actually give the evidence that she was asking for. She clearly didn't want. And I can't with Matt Walsh saying she thought RICO might have been. I'm done. I can't. But let's get back into this.
What I'm saying, this is not the only paper where we've given the secretary numerous options to secure the border and save lives.
And so the recommendation of the many that you recommended family separation.
I recommend a zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from his
Holman, with
family.
all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum and go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay.
That's another legal. She's a legal expert. So AOC is explaining here that as long as someone comes into this country and just says, "I'm seeking asylum," it's automatically not illegal. So if someone's an illegal immigrant and they snuck into the country, as soon as ICE shows up, all they have to say is asylum. And magically, it's no longer illegal. That's her point.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane. It's insane. He literally seeking asylum is legal. Even the child separation thing is so ridiculous. And he brought such a good parallel. If I'm a parent and I have a child in the car and I get a DUI and I get arrested, I will be separated from my kid. If I'm beating my wife and somebody calls the cops and I get caught, I'm getting arrested. And guess what that means? I'm getting separated from my child. So it's absolutely ridiculous to try and make this emotional argument about separating families, separating parents from their children when the parents are exhibiting criminal behavior. It's not illegal to just cross a border willy-nilly. You have to go through the port of entry. They'll do it the legal way, like Tom Homan said. But these people don't care about the truth. And one thing about Tom Homan, you're not about to catch him slipping. He knows he knows his stuff. He knows the law. And so she looked stupid, all types of ways. I remember when that clip originally went viral. We need to stop messing around. Follow the laws. If you want the laws to change, then do it the legal way. Like a petition or get a petition signed. Go talk to your congressman. Like, do it the legal way. Vote for people that are going to implement the policies you want to see implemented. But we're not going to sit there and just break our laws and then get mad at people who are trying to enforce them. And that's literally why Trump is hated, or one of the many reasons why Trump is hated, but one of the bigger reasons. And it's so frustrating because all he said is, if you break our laws, reap the consequences of your actions. And we should all want to make sure that our laws are enforced. They're there for a reason. It's ridiculous. But Matt Walsh is hilarious. I literally can't get through a video without cracking up with him. And AOC sounded so stupid trying to call Elon Musk unintelligent. It just shows how unintelligent she is. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to comment down your thoughts below. Can't wait to see you guys on the next one. Peace.